In relation to the environment, a large proportion of the Ahwazi Arab population depends on farming and fishing for its livelihood. The Iranian government is carrying out a river diversion project that is seeing local waters redirected to dry areas of Iran, such as the ethnic Persian provinces of Yazd and Rafsanjan, leading to further impoverishment of indigenous Arabs. An aggressive form of Persianization has been pursued by the regime that has entailed the forced migration of indigenous Arabs from the province, the destruction of their homes, and the confiscation of their land. The creation of the military-industrial Arvan Free Zone from 2005 has involved the mass expulsion of Arabs and the destruction of their villages. In all, up to 500,000 Ahwazi Arabs could be displaced by the creation of a 5,000 square kilometre security zone stretching 30 kilometres along the Shatt al-Arab waterway. The government's failure to deseal the rivers has contributed to the problem of flooding. The Karun and Kake rivers that flow through the region flooded hundreds of Ahwazi homes in 2006 and devastated crops. As a result, Ahwazi Arab farmers faced hunger and homelessness.
ایران میره کشورهای بیگانه را تغذیه میکنه بعد خود مردمش اینجا زیر پا دارن له و لورده میشن. یا خود بچه من یا خود زنده من. خدا مسلمون. خدا من خدا.
The construction of nuclear power plants in Khuzestan is of a major concern to Ahwazi Arabs. Many Ahwazis and others living near sites for future nuclear power plants in Ahwaz and Bushehr are concerned about safety in this earthquake-prone region. In urban areas, Ahwazi Arabs live in shanty towns. In Ahwaz city, the most notorious slums are Shikarabad, Shilangabad and Hazirabad. These areas lack most of the everyday necessities such as electricity, telephone, schools and hospitals. The official unemployment rate for the whole of Iran is said to be around 12%. In Abadan and Mahamra, also known as Khorramshahr, the rate among Arabs is 31% and 50% respectively. High poverty rates are the result of racial discrimination in employment. The government confiscates Ahwazi Arab land for residential and industrial developments to house non-Arabs enticed with financial incentives from outside the province. While the illiteracy rate in Iran is about 10 to 18%, it is over 50% among Arab men in Khuzestan, and even higher for Ahwazi women. Indigenous Ahwazi students drop out of schools at a rate of 30% at elementary level, 50% at secondary, and 70% at high school, because they are forced to study in the official language, Farsi, a language which is not theirs. During the 2000-2001 academic year, Arabs comprised only 7% of the 30,000 students at the University of Shahid Shamram in Ahwaz city, although Arabs are in the majority in the provincial capital. The learning of Arabic is confined to religious study. Consequently, Ahwazi Arabs are often semi-literate in their native language, but struggle with learning in a language that is foreign to them. The region has the country's highest incidence of child malnutrition. Residents of cities such as Susangard and Shadgan suffer from unusually high rates of skin, heart and kidney disease due to the continued storage and use of chemical and biological materials and other related pollutants remaining from the Iran-Iraq war. The government has not taken any action to remedy the situation. In Ahwaz city, state-run hospitals are under-resourced and unhygienic, with insufficient numbers of doctors or medicines. Death rates are unacceptably high. Ahwazi's constitutional rights, enshrined in Articles 15 and 19 of the Constitution, have been routinely violated and denied. Frustrations often boil over into civil unrest.
في انفجارين وقع صباح اليوم في مدينة الاهواز عاصمة إقليم خوزستان جنوب غرب إيران. وقال مصدر حكومي أن الانفجارين تزامنا مع زيارة كان مقررا أن يقوم بها الرئيس الإيراني أحمد نژاد إلى المدينة.
Amid this discontent, a minority of disillusioned Ahwazi Arab youth have resorted to violence and bomb attacks. Ahwazi dissidents charged with enmity with God invariably face secret trials by revolutionary courts. Amnesty International and Human Rights Watch have campaigned against the unfair trials of Ahwazi Arabs. Statistics published by Amnesty International indicate that in 2006 Iran's execution rate was nearly double compared to 2005, with at least 177 people killed. Across the world, at least 1,591 prisoners were executed by their own governments in 25 countries. According to reports, around 17 Ahwazi Arabs were executed by the Iranian regime in 2006. At least 10 of these were political prisoners. The executions of Ahwazi Arabs were condemned as flawed by UN experts, the European Parliament, members of the British Parliament, Human Rights Watch, Amnesty International, and various Arab and Iranian human rights organizations and activists. Ahwazi refugees, asylum seekers and migrants have faced persecution and discrimination outside Iran. Following the invasion of Iraq by US-led forces in 2003, Ahwazi Arabs have faced harassment and persecution by militias supported by or sympathetic to the Iranian regime. Ahwazi homes, crops and other property were confiscated by Iraqi militias. In a press briefing from May 2003, the UNHCR stated, "The situation was so bad that many Ahwazi refugees began requesting repatriation to Iran, despite the dangers they would face there.